Sydney Harbour Bridge, gateway to the land of opportunity, and enjoying an equally prominent and resplendent position in the sun, that striking example of contemporary architecture, the Opera House. It all provides a spectacular backdrop for our boxing tonight. From the Entertainment Centre in Sydney for the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship of the World and in front of 13,500 fans, it's Jeff Fenech, the most popular Australian since Crocodile Dundee, and the champion from Thailand, Samart Payakaroon. Fenech is the new symbol of Australian machoism. If a sporting general election were held right now, Fenech would probably poll more votes than Alan Border, Pat Cash and Greg Norman combined. He's had a meteoric rise to fame, but not without setbacks. In the last Olympics, an astonishing decision denied him a semi-final contest against the eventual gold medalist, Steve McCrory. Remember the name. What he won, though, was the sympathy of a nation. After turning pro, Fenech became a contender quicker than Rocky. His massive support and undefeated record earned him a crack at the IBF World Bantamweight Champion, Chingaki of Japan.
On the break, McTavish got in to break them and Fenech cut him loose. He stops it up and Fenech is the new world champion.
The Japanese camp surprisingly objected to the referee's decision. Although it was overruled, the IBF diplomatically insisted that Fenech's first defence should be a rematch against Chingaki. Clearly enjoying his newfound status, Australia's hero disposed of the challenger in less than 3 rounds. It was a bloody contest. Before moving up a division, Fenech defended his bantamweight crown once more. His opponent, Steve McCrory. Round 14, and it's a good job McCrory left that gold medal at home. Heaven knows where Fenech might have put it.
That might be the end of it, and Jeff Fenech is the winner.
And that's the story so far. Standing in the way of Jeff Fenech's ambition to become the first Australian to win 2 world titles is the champion, Samart Payakaroon from Thailand, a country where conventional boxing is now more popular than kickboxing. That's because men like Payakaroon have changed codes. He's a former national kickboxing champion at 3 different weights. He won the WBC Super Bantamweight title from the Mexican Lupe Pinta, who must have thought he'd been kicked by a mule. Payakaroon showed that awesome power again when he defended his title last year against Juan Metzer, but not before an uncanny display of ringcraft that left Metzer shattered, demoralized and vulnerable.
And is he going to wind up the left hand now or not? Is he saying, well, this is the final fling? Oh, just look at this exhibition of getting out of the way now, Jim. It's tremendous. That's the way to... Some of it might be lucky, but other was skill. Up! And the left hand there to... Well, I tell you what, it didn't travel very far, but Metzer got the message. So the big Australian hero then, Fenech, at 22, and the breakdown there for the weight, he's 8 stone 10 pound. That's the Super Bantamweight division weight. Unbeaten, and that includes against Liverpool's John Farrell. Payakaroon then, they came in just a quarter of a pound inside the required weight, 8, 9 and 3/4, also unbeaten, of course, and a former Thai, Muay Thai boxer, that's kickboxing.
National anthems. Firstly, Thailand. Here we go. Australia's national anthem, Music Man Jay Justin.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, established in March 1985 by its reigning president, Bill Mordy, Classic Promotions presents a feudal classic scheduled for 12 three-minute rounds for the World Boxing Council Super Bantamweight Championship of the World, between, from the blue corner, scaling 8 stone 10 pounds, wearing green trunks with gold band and pipings, from Marrickville, Sydney, Australia, former national amateur flyweight title holder, captain of Australia's boxing team to the Los Angeles Olympic Games, unconquered in 15 professional bouts, 12 victories inside the allotted span, newly crowned National Featherweight King, vacated International Boxing Federation Bantamweight Champion of the World, obsessively accelerating towards fistic immortality, magnetic masterpiece, challenger Jeff Fenech. And his opponent, occupying the red corner, scaling 8 stone 9 3/4 pounds, wearing white trunks with red markings, from Bangkok, Thailand, former fly, bantam and featherweight national kickboxing champion in that sphere, successful in 114 of 122 bouts, unbeaten when turning to the international rules, 14 contests, 9 inside the distance, making the second defense of his world crown, meticulous representation of gladiatorial majesty, elegant equalizer, champion Samart Payakaroon. In his 34th year of officialdom, controlling his 74th world title, Glovedom's supreme law enforcer, from New York, the United States of America, Arthur McCanty. Ringside judges from the Philippines, Larry Nadega. From London, England, Roland Dakin. From New York, the United States of America, Tony Castellano. World Boxing Council Supervisor Dick Cole. Chairman of the New South Wales Boxing Authority, Terry Hartman. Ringside physicians, Dr. Lou and Alex Lewis.
I will enforce all the rules, and we expect you to obey them. That's all I have to say. Shake hands now. Good luck to both of you. Wait for the sounding bell.
So what price are going the distances? Jeff Fenech of Australia meets Thailand's Samart Payakaroon. The commentators are Jim Watt and Reg Gutteridge.
£300 or $700 Australian dollars for a ringside seat. So the show's good. Now they've got to wait to see if the fight matches. Well, New Yorker then McCanty really kept his words short and sweet there. Probably the Thailander didn't even understand them. His 74th World Championship, and one of the most important, certainly of my sparmate size here, is Jim Watt, because when he won the championship, McCanty was the referee in Glasgow. So the Southpaw champion then, second defence, and looked really brilliant, defeating Juan Metzer of Mexico last December in the 12th. And he won the championship against another great fighter, Lupe Pintor. In those days, he had weight troubles, and there's been some problem, I think, in his camp, because Liverpool's Charlie Atkinson, although he's working as the cup man, decided not to get in the training routine, and then was pretty unhappy. So we'll find out whether Payakaroon is going to pay any penalties for that. Good, tough fighter, Fenech. Very much an Aussie hero. All in the quarterfinals of the Olympics back in '84. He lost on one of those ridiculous reversible decisions to a Yugoslav, the same Yugoslav who knocked out Scotland's Pat Clinton. So it looks as though the Thailander now is going to try and use every available spot of this ring, because he's going to be chased all the time by Fenech. He's looking now to make a bit of history to become the first Australian to win 2 championships at different weights. It's a little easier now, but the 8 stone 10 division is a relatively new one. Well, it all depends on a bit of condition, and Jim fighting away from home for the Thailander.
Yeah, well, I would imagine boxing away from home will make a difference to Payakaroon. You normally find that the kickboxers who come into their style of boxing, they have very good balance. To use your feet as well as your hands requires good balance. And I was very impressed by Payakaroon in his first defence. Very fleet of foot and some lovely counter punches, and already you can see Fenech's having a little bit of trouble landing cleanly.
Back in those kickboxing days, Muay Thai, he actually had 3 decisions over Sok Chitolada, who's the flyweight champion of the world now. From what I saw of Fenech in the Olympic Games, he's a real tough handful. He keeps crowding in all the time, and the 3-round course didn't really suit him in the amateurs. On the IBF version of the Bantamweight Championship against the Japanese in Sydney in '85, and only his 7th fight. And that was in the 9th round, and he won the return fight as well. So there's the countdown then. Oh, that did look like a punch. It was a half slip and a half punch, but it looks as though McCanty is going to take up there and give him the mandatory 8, and there's some jeering going on. They won't like that at all. It was a bit of a mixture. There was a punch landed somewhere, but there was also a slip. Well, Jim, what do you make of that one? out early for work at the start of the second, and McCanty just making sure they don't do any overtime there. I think there's a bit of water on this slippery coast here. It looked like the Thailander was going to slip in the corner. Anyway, just a minor slip as far as Fenech was concerned. And all he's trying to do is stop the Thailander's gallop at the moment. And we talk about the Thais being the hard men, and particularly with the bare knuckle and the kickboxing that they do out there. But this fellow Fenech, I tell you, he's a rough handful. He's only 22 now, the challenger. A couple of years younger than Payakaroon. Oh, he's getting through now. It's a bit early. I'm surprised that Payakaroon's being caught quickly as this, because against Metzer, who was also a good fighter, he was really brilliant in defense. Strong fighter, the Australian, Jim.
Yeah, well, I thought with an opponent like Payakaroon, Fenech would have to expect to miss a lot in the early rounds without becoming frustrated, just to keep exerting steady pressure. But already he started to get through far earlier than I would have expected.
The Australians doesn't seem to be bothered about Payakaroon's southpaw stance or movement. They're just trying to crowd him out of it all the time and just nullify it. Really popular man, Fenech. If you're an Australian all-time gate value of $12 million, I think, out there, when he defeated Jerome Coffey of America. I think they'd pay to see this fellow sweat in Australia. But he gives value, doesn't he, Jim? He's a really colourful lad to watch.
Yeah, he's a good fighter to watch, a good aggressive style. He hangs on in there, and his tactics are perfect at the moment. You have to put these type of fellas under pressure all the time. If you allow them too much space, then you'll never catch them cleanly. So Fenech's sticking nice and close and keeping the punches coming from all angles, and that's the only way he's going to have any success.
He's had a bit of hand trouble, Fenech. Obviously more than punches his weight in that case, and this particular fight had to be put off for a while. Oh, he's catching up with Payakaroon very early in the fight. He'll stop his gallop. And I think was rather pleased to hear that bell there, Payakaroon. And referee McCanty there just collecting those judges' cards. American and British judges. And I wouldn't think he even needs the wash and brush up treatment there, Fenech. He's so running a full head of steam at this point. And a quick replay of that. They're still going at full speed, and it gives you an idea of where he's got Payakaroon really under fire. Won't let him off the hook when he can help it there. Into the third, and again McCanty making sure the seconds are out the ring. He's a very efficient referee. Well, he should be after 74, or this is his 74th World Championship. Very fit man indeed too, the referee, but that's by the by. It all wonders now whether what's happening with champion and challenger. A bit of a head clash there. Not as effective, I think, Payakaroon as we saw him with Metzer, but then again, Fenech's a different style.
No, he doesn't seem to have the sharpness we've come to expect from him. He's being caught on the ropes, and the previous time we saw him, when he was on the ropes, he was only there for seconds, and then he drifted away again. But a couple of times he's been spending far too long on the ropes, allowing Fenech to get the punches going.
He really is in great shape, really, Fenech, because his last fight was back in July, when in the 14th round that went to, and he stopped Steve McCrory, Milton's brother, the American. So it's a good performance, really. He's not ring rusty in any way. And I thought he really would have problems with Payakaroon. But if he's been playing the playboy, as they say in Thailand, maybe he's having to pay for it a bit now. Well, he doesn't mind where he hits you. If you're going to hold, I'm going to hit, says Fenech. brave enough, Payakaroon, that we know, and he'll need to be the way this is going. Scheduled for 12, World Boxing Council. He's getting a bit ragged, isn't he, Payakaroon, Jim?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have the sharpness, as I say, and he doesn't seem to have the strength either. His own punches aren't bothering Fenech. I know Fenech is a tough little nut, but he doesn't seem to have the power to keep Fenech away, and he doesn't have the speed and timing to get himself out of trouble. See, here again, when have we ever seen him spending so long in a corner or on the rope?
Yeah. And the crowd are really baying now, aren't they? They know that their man's got the title going for him now, and he's doing well, really, the Thailander, to hang on. And even trying to fight back, but for how long? Oh, what a cracking fight it is, though. The heads are going in there like billiard balls, aren't they, cracking away? Nobody's taken any notice. The fighters are not complaining. What a great round. He just can't pull himself off the ropes. It's ridiculous, because last time he bobbed and swayed and he did everything brilliantly. And now he's just, obviously, this fellow's weight brain, because when they root to the canvas like that, that's the first sign, and Fenech knows it, but he's running out of time in the third, or is he? We can't see the referee in picture at the moment, but obviously he's very close to this action. He's got to be. The crowd thought he's won it, but in fact it was the end of the round. But I think the crowd from the...
Stepped in to stop the fight. And that was a big run for Fenech.
I think we need more ice packs and shower bars and letting his hands rest on the ropes like that as well. That makes more than relaxing. Well, there's a bit of replay there going at full speed indeed, isn't it there? And he really is in trouble as that bell starts to go there, and then McCandy's got to position himself. So into the fourth, and they're at it right from the bell this time. And Fenech really can take a few chances now. He can even offer his chin a bit. He doesn't have to, but he knows he's got this surely now. In the fourth round. And he's broken the Thailander up a bit. He's a brave fellow, mind you, the champion. $13,500 are packed in the entertainment centre. I'll tell you, they'll raise the roof when he gets this championship, and it looks all over now, bar the shouting. And he just won't leave him alone, Fenech. That's the way it should be. If you're going to take the championship, hang in there and do the business. He just doesn't know which way to go now, Jim Payakaroon.
He really is beginning to look as though his legs have gone probably due to weight difficulties. We've never seen him spend so long on the ropes. Hasn't found an answer to anything that Fenech's doing, and he really looks to be in serious trouble now.
Again, in these championship fights, referees tend to give the, well, in any case, the loser, whether it be challenger or champion, every chance to recover, but I don't think he's going to do that.
There's a sickening little uppercut from Fenech there. He really shook Payakaroon.
Just trapping him where he wants, and well, if he wasn't holding his hands up a little bit now and again, he really would have been over by now. Midway then to the fourth. And I tell you what, Jim, at least he's staying in there like a champion. He's being foolishly hit, but you've got to hand it to him for guts, Payakaroon.
But he's coming back with nothing at all. He's going to have to mount an attack if he wants to stay in there, because it's too much one-way traffic now.
You know, look, he's really looking for trying to find a bit of a shelter, isn't he, there, Payakaroon? Doesn't know which way to turn. And he's better off in the centre of the ring. At least he can move around a bit. But if he gets trapped again on the ropes like this is when he gets in trouble. And he's really not offering anything back. And I'd be happy to see McCanty get in at any time now. I mean, he's getting free punches at him all the time. 3 on the turn with the right hand. He's surely got to dive in. Yes, and as he falls, and that one just about glanced past the chin. And Fenech has got to be the new champion there. brave show by Payakaroon, perhaps a little bit too brave for his own good at that point, and I really could like to have seen that 20 seconds before was called to the end. The crowd have gone crazy, and the ring, as usual, is a carnival, and the losers stuck over there being attended by doctors. And that's it in the fight game. It's great for the winners, and the losers have got to do the best they can. And there's the family in the ring getting the winner's hug, the man who's made a little bit of history there, and as a double world champion, the first in Australian boxing history. This is all round. This fellow, quite rightly and understandably, is going to milk every second of this, and I don't blame him. He's going to take a lot of defeating. So now we'll get the formality then of the official vote. Well, what joyous moments indeed for Jeff Fenech, and he fought like a champion, and he certainly deserves it. But meanwhile, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been privileged here tonight to watch one of the greatest exhibitions in Australian boxing history, and certainly Australian boxing history. Jeff Fenech, the first Australian to win 2 world titles. Let's hear it for Jeff Fenech.
I love yous all. I love yous.
Jeff, I know you must be absolutely beside yourself at the moment, but did you think that you would put him away inside of 4 rounds?
Well, Johnny and I talked, and, you know, Johnny thought my strength, and if I can cut him off early, we knew he had plenty of power, and I've got to admit he really has. You know, with 12,000 of the most beautifulest people in the world cheering me on, and all the people at home, it's very, very hard to feel pain. So, you know, I just put the pain aside. I know why you's paid in. You's all paid here to see me win. And there was no way in the world I'd ever let yous down. I promise you that. Thank yous all very much.
Jeffrey, what was the feeling like in the first round? It looked to us outside the ring as more of a slip, but what was the feeling like knowing that you were getting given a count for the first time in your professional career?
Well, John, like I said, I was trying to take the fight up, and I jumped up with 2 hands and with 2 feet in the ground. He hit me with a straight little right jab, but it didn't hurt me at all. But I was in the air, and, you know, I'm sure I'll learn from that. I won't jump in the air anymore, and he knocked me down, you know. It was a score and punch, and, you know, but he never hurt me at all.
That support from this fantastic crowd here must have helped you get straight back to your feet, though, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said, John. You know, people ask me how I motivate myself, and all I have to do is walk out here and see yous all here cheering for me. I don't need no motivation at all. I'm a proud Australian, and yous people here motivate me.
And of course, Jeff, the other man that motivates you and the man you love more than any other, Johnny Lewis, your trainer, standing here with you. Johnny, how do you feel?
John, I just knew this kid was the greatest we've ever had here. He's never let any of us down. I just hope that the Australian public, the way they've got behind Jeff, let's get behind every sportsman in the country, and let's show them that this is the greatest nation in the world. Thank you.
Well, there we have it.